Wave Shapers, you are here for a reason. I dare you to stick around and find out why. Welcome to the Wave Shapers channel. My name is Rue, and today we are on part 2 of the subject we started last time, which is what is a wave shaper? And we jumped around, I'm not even gonna lie, we jumped around all over the place in the last episode, but I'm okay with it, and I think we're doing the right thing here, because arriving to the conclusion of what a wave shaper is, there needs to be an understanding of certain different concepts. So we're presenting the concepts. And by the way, another benefit, I think, of exploring the topics this way, of basically I'm just letting them rip. And sometimes I kind of have even a split-second decision of like, should I stay on course or should I digress? And I just kind of feel like to digress, because especially at the beginning of this channel, I want to know what you guys identify with most. So even introducing all these different concepts, for example, in the last video, we're talking about what is a wave shaper, but then we talked about fear and love, and how those are the only two motivations for what we do. Lack and abundance, channeling, being a medium, the power of media. We talked about all this stuff. I want to know what resonates with you guys. So whatever resonates with you, I want you to bring it. Like, write a message, go to the Wave Shapers Instagram, go to Rue Gracia Instagram and write a message and say, Rue, we lit, we Wave Shapers, but talk more about the power of media, or talk more about fear and lack, or talk more about masturbation, because we talked about that junk last time too. So I also want to kind of jump around, especially in these first, I would, maybe say 30 episodes, 30 episodes of Wave Shapers, or 30 videos at least. And kind of just present all these things that I've been thinking and that go into forming the perspective and the mentality behind what Wave Shapers really is. I want to pick up today where we were leaving off last time, which is the concept of everything that we see and everything that we consume is either going to affect us for the good, or it's going to affect us towards the bad. It's either going to push us towards operating out of love, or it's going to push us towards operating out of fear. Everything that we consume. So we're talking the music that we listen to. We're talking the shows that we watch. We're talking the celebrities that we follow, and we're constantly looking to see what they're doing and what they say. Even their lifestyle itself is a medium pushing us towards something else. So once again, I'll ask the question that I asked in the last video. What are you consuming? I want you to think about the amount of time that you spend on social media, scrolling, what types of videos pop up. What are you taking into your mind? What shows are you watching on Netflix? When you're with your friends, we don't just consume through a screen. When you're with your friends, what are you guys talking about? And you will begin to notice, if you're going to be honest. If you want to pretend like it ain't like this, all right. But if you're going to be honest with yourself, you will begin to notice that there's a quote that says, death wants more death. I think it's Bukowski or something like that. Death wants more death. You'll begin to notice that when you start living a negative lifestyle, everything becomes negative. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. You want to know the times that I was, I'll just give an example where I was least taking care of my physical body. It was the time that I also was not taking care of my spirit, not taking care of my soul. I was making negative decisions all over the place. I was hanging with the wrong people. I was wasting my time. And it's like, it becomes like this snowball effect, that when we're consuming negative things, we start to produce negative things, and then we feel bad about ourselves. And so therefore to chastise or to punish ourselves, we go and we do more negative. And then we feel worse about ourselves, and it becomes kind of that vicious cycle also. So back to the question, what are you consuming? What are you consuming? What voices are speaking into who you are as a person? This is a super critical moment in your life. I believe I'm speaking to somebody out there, I have somebody specific in mind. Not that I can see your face, but where you are in your life. This is a critical moment in your life. And I feel like telling you, if you don't switch out the voices that are influencing the way that you think, you will waste years of your life in this critical moment, which can be the moment that you're producing and living and being fulfilled the best, most rich moments of your existence. If you don't change the stuff that you're consuming, if you don't change the voices of the people that you're listening to. So, where can you start? Well, you can start by staying with us here on the Wave Shapers channel. I'm not going to be saying this all the time, but with that said, on the whatever video this is, I'll be forgetting sometimes. I dare you to hit the subscribe. I dare you to hit the notifications. We will be dropping for these first 30 days of the channel. We're dropping a video every single day. So if you're seeing this one video right now, there's already 20 something other videos that are out there or that are coming over the next few days, and we're going to be doing one a week after that. So stay with this channel. We're going to explore stuff, and I will, to the best of my ability, also give you suggestions and push you towards people that have really helped me grow and affected my life in a positive way, push me towards love, push me towards abundance in this last 2.5 years or so that I've been on my restoration journey. And we'll talk about what restoration journey is. So, am I really saying that Drake is a medium? Am I really saying that Miley Cyrus and Justin Bieber, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of disconnected from a lot of stuff, so I always kind of use the same examples of like who I think are the most famous people at the moment, which are basically still these people, and obviously actors and athletes and all this stuff, but particularly using music as an example. Am I really saying that they are mediums? And my answer to you is yes. If you go to a concert and you're throwing your hands up in the air and you're singing this song at the top of your lungs, you are part, whether you like it or not, you are part of a ceremony. You are worshiping. Oh, worship, that's a religious term. That's a church term. All worship means is devotion. So you, by spending $150 or $200 or $500 or $1,000, I heard some radical stuff about Taylor Swift's last tour that people were paying tens of thousands of dollars. It was stupid. I mean, I'm not blaming her. If people are going to pay it, I don't blame her for that. But I'm just saying, look at the influence. Look at the influence. Look at the way that this is affecting who we are in our identity, that we some way or another say, I need to be a part of that so much that I'm willing to spend $60,000. I literally heard that there was tickets going and VIP experiences going for 60, 70 grand. Guys. Now, money is relative, to be fair. So $60,000 for one person can be the same as $20 for another person when it comes to scale. But that's not really the point. The point of what I'm saying is, if you felt the need to buy your ticket and to go and to be a part of a group of people that are singing these songs at the top of their lungs, you are engaged in an act of devotion. You are engaged in an act of worship. Even when you just spend, guys, you know how much time it takes to watch a whole TV show? You know how much time it takes to watch all of Game of Thrones? You know how much time it takes to watch all of Breaking Bad? Greatest show of all time? Hey, I'm out. You know how much time that takes? That is an act of devotion. So the purpose of what I'm saying right now is not only to bring consciousness to the fact that it's an act of devotion, but also to bring consciousness to the fact that that thing that you are devoted to is affecting you in ways that you're not conscious of. that thing that you are devoted to, that thing that you're spending your time on, your money on, your effort on, your energy on, social media. How much time really do you spend? And I know that I have a kind of a serious tone sometimes when I talk, and I get excited when I talk, but I really am not saying this to like be negative or to condemn you or to be like another person telling me that I'm spending too much time on social media. Bruh, if you're even saying that, like, I just want to bring consciousness. So if you're spending all this time on social media, how is it affecting you? How is it affecting your consciousness? In the very first episode, when we were talking about the why of Wave Shapers, we introduced the concept of being 3-part people. You guys remember that? If you haven't seen that first episode, it's the most important episode so far. So go watch it right now. Pause it, go watch it, come back. Now that you're back, 3-part people. We are spirits. We have a soul, or we possess a soul, and we live in a body. So you got your spirit here. If I had 3 hands, I'd be able to do this appropriately. All right, the microphone will be the other one. You have your spirit here. The microphone is your soul. And you have your body over here. Remember we were talking about what a medium is? A medium is just an intermediary. A medium is just a channel. So what does that mean? That means that the soul is the medium between the spirit and the body. The soul is the medium or the intermediary or the translator or the channel between your spirit and your body. This concept I'm about to explain in this example that I'm using, I got from one of my mentors. So what does that mean? Your spirit wants to bring certain things into reality. If you haven't yet accepted that you are a spiritual being, I want you to strongly consider that and strongly kind of think about it and start doing some research, and you got to come to that conclusion. But let's just say that you're already there. Let's say that you believe what I'm saying and that you believe what I believe right now, and you believe that we are spirits. Your spirit wants to bring certain things into the reality of your life. And when it's all the way through to the reality of your life, it will be manifested in your spirit, in your soul, and in your body. But your spirit can't get it to your body until it goes through the soul. Which means you can have an impression in your spirit. Let me give an example. You can have an impression in your spirit that basically says, I want to devote more time to connecting with my creator. Let me just give you that example. Let's say that impression is born in your spirit. I want to devote more time to getting to know my creator or exploring spiritual things to make it a little bit more acceptable for most. That time that you're going to have to spend connecting with your creator or exploring that's going to have to reflect in your body. If your body is not spending time doing that, whether it's through reading books, whether it's through prayer, whether it's through this, whether it's through whatever, it ain't going to happen. But your spirit can't get your body to do that without going through your soul first. What is your soul? Your soul is your mind, your will, and your emotions. So if the spirit doesn't get the will, the decisiveness, this is what I will do, if they can't agree on that, then it will never happen in your body. Same thing. We're going to use a lot of the same examples, not because I can't think of other examples, but because I think using the same examples allows us to eliminate all the other variables and just understand the concept of it. Same thing with the gym, the example that I was giving about the gym. Let's say something and your spirit, a good part of you says, I want to take care of my physical body more. I want to start hitting the gym. Well, guess who has to go to the gym? Your body has to go to the gym. But your body will not go to the gym until your thoughts and your will, aka what you decide, come into line with that. So what I'm telling you is this, that the same way that you got spirit, soul, and body. It also works the other way around, where you got body, soul, and spirit. So when we're talking about that there's no such thing as entertainment, what I'm saying is, when you listen to this song, just to give an example, that talks about the highest things in life are drugs and money and hoes, because you got the hoes in there. That's all three. That's a trifecta right there, right? Right? Is that not the rap trifecta of 98% of rap songs that have been rapping since all of eternity? Drugs, money, and hoes? Hey, I'm out. When you hear that song, you're hearing it in your body, right? Because you have to hear it with your ears. Nah, don't even tell me you're not hearing it with your body. You got to hear it with your ears. And then what you heard in your body, your ears, that deposits it into your mind, which is your soul. And then if in your soul you have an opportunity to either reject that thought or accept it. And if you accept it, then it downloads it into your spirit. Hey, yo, we're going deep right now. We're going deep. So we have all these external stimulus. We have all these things that we're consuming, from the shows that we're watching to the conversations that we're having with our friends to the stuff that we're scrolling on social media. That's coming in through the body. It comes in through your eyes. It comes in through your ears. It comes in through what you hear. It comes in through what you touch. It comes in through what you taste. Then that transfers it over. It like literally football passes it, freaking lateral pass, I forgot what that's called, to the soul. And in the soul, you have the opportunity to make the decision. Do I want to accept this or do I want to reject this? Let me give you an example. You go to the beach with your friends at night. I love going to the beach at night. And you go into the water, you jump into the water, you're with your friends. I live in South Florida, so you can basically go to the beach at night year round. It's awesome. The water's never cold, ever. Sometimes it gets slightly a little bit cold. But then you go to California and you're like, no, Florida doesn't get cold. Anyway, and you're in the beach at night, and all of a sudden you see like, it could be seaweed moving in the water, right? So you have an external stimulus. Then that thought may throw it over, that external stimulus may throw something over to your thought life. And your thought life, that's where it sorts everything out. And you're either going to think to yourself, choose to think that's seaweed, or you're going to full-blown think there's about to be a full-blown shark attack right now, right? And you have a choice right there. If you accept the thought that's knocking at the door of your soul that's saying, hey, there's sharks in this water right now. If you accept that, what is that going to lead to? That's going to lead to you getting the frick out of that water, and you're not going to enjoy that beach night. I mean, you can enjoy it on the sand, but you won't be able to be in the water. Or you can reject that and say, bruh, that's seaweed. Calm down, Rue. You're having fun with your friends. And at the end of the day, if it's my time to get bit by a shark right now, it's my time. And if you make that the thought that lives in your soul, you will be able to fully manifest a good experience in having fun and enjoying with your friends and going for a beautiful night's swim. All right, I hope that example makes sense. All of this to bring back the reality of your soul is the medium between your body and your spirit. And everything that we ever consume is sending us messages through our body, through our ears, through our eyes, through telling us to think stuff. No, it doesn't tell us to think stuff. It's just for fun. That's the whole purpose of this video, is there's no such thing as just fun. Everything is influencing us some way. So, to bring this video to a close, we're just going to introduce it. We're going to do other videos going more in depth. But what is a wave shaper? Well, I'm here to tell you that a wave shaper is someone who has decided to be intentional about, first of all, the way that they live, so that they can also be intentional about what they create when they are being mediums for the rest of the world. That's what a wave shaper is. A wave shaper is somebody who's devoted to living a healthy, whole life, to being a person of health, to being a person of peace, to being a person of love, so that that fountain of who they are can produce content and can influence the people around them. And I don't just mean content in the sense of making a song, making a dope fashion design, or making a film. I literally even mean the conversations that we have with our friends, because we influence the people that are around us. A person that we'll end up marrying, a person that we end up dating, we can only give them from the fountain of what we are. So a wave shaper is someone who has decided to be intentional. I'm going to be intentional about who I am so that I can be intentional about what I give to others. And I want to finish off with a quote. Check this out. A spring doesn't gush fresh water one day and brackish or salty or disgusting water the next, does it? Apple trees don't bear strawberries, do they? Raspberry bushes don't bear apples, do they? You're not going to dip into a polluted mud hole and get a cup of clear, cool water, are you? And with that, I present the question, what kind of stream do you want to be? What kind of medium do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? Because out of one person cannot come disgusting polluted water and fresh water. Out of one person cannot come producing love and abundance 1 second, and then the very next second I'm producing fear and lack. What kind of person do you want to be? The choice is yours. Wave shapers, you are the hope of the world. I dare you to rise up and be who you were created to be. I'll see you in the next one.